Ever since I had that issue with getting on for our live video, I freak out, and so I grab my little stress ball here and hope it works. Well, hello everybody. I'm Sara Sach. Welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara. Don't panic. You don't have to be drinking coffee. I just am, and in my new boo cup. Isn't that the cutest thing? I showed this to you a couple weeks ago, I think. I can't remember if I showed it to you or not. This is my boo cup. I got this at Aldi. It's the cutest thing. It was like $4.99 or something. The only thing is it is impossible to drink out of like this. The coffee spills all over you. So I have to use a straw. But it's worth it because he's so cute. Boo. I thought I'd warn you if you get a cup like this, because the shape of it is odd, because they're trying to make it, look like a ghost. But when you go to drink it, by the time you get it in your mouth, it's like pouring down your neck. I know. Okay, it happened. So, clinkety, clink, clink, boo, boo, boo. I was reading through some of your comments. I can't remember which one of you said you're working on a blanket. Then you had a couple of side whips. I thought that was hilarious. Everybody needs a couple of side whips, okay? Works in progress. That's what whips are for us crocheters. Well, guys, my hair's wet. I took Rosie out, for her last minute potty. So this girl goes to potty every 15 minutes. Okay. She's an old girl. She's 16 and a half. And, she needed to go outside. Well, we're having like this thunderstorm, and of course, you know how thunderstorms go, they come in waves. So it's not like this nice continual rain like we had last week. This week, it's like big booms and big raindrops, and then it doesn't rain for 5 minutes. Well, she wanted to go out when it was raining, the big raindrops, okay? So she gets out there, she's doing her thing, and then, of course, boom, 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 and she makes a beeline for the door, and I'm like, where did she go? And I'm standing out there in the rain with these big raindrops hitting me in the head, okay? All right, that's my drama for the day. Well, I hope you're drinking something good today. I've got coffee, and I picked up some of the peppermint chocolate creamer, sugar-free, of course. Even my straw doesn't sit right in here. It's worth it, though. Like I said, boo. Again, I got this at Aldi, super cheap. I did notice in my Aldi flyer that they are getting out all their Christmas stuff, and they have a few Thanksgiving things. So I go to Aldi's on Wednesdays to pick up because I buy all my meat and veggies and fruits there. When I don't have my garden going, I got to get my veggies and fruits. So, anywho, it's been an interesting week for us. I do want to say one thing, and that is, there's a huge hurricane heading for Jamaica. If you are praying people, pray for that country. Oh my goodness. They're saying this is the hugest hurricane that's ever been recorded to go across Jamaica. We have we have some friends there that are missionaries that work with the Jamaican people. And they're supposedly, what they told us via email to all our church members, that they're hunkered down and they're going to be safe. But I don't know how you can be. So many people on such a small island, and it's going to be crazy. So yeah, pray for all those people that they can get good shelter, and they're going to need a lot of help afterwards. They are. I just wanted to put that out there. Okay. And also, there's a fly in here. That has nothing to do with the other, but I don't know what it is. Lately, we've had a couple of flies. Well, we didn't have any flies for like a week. When we came running in from the rainstorm, a fly came in with me, and he's following me around. Okay. So if you see a black thing fly through, it's just that silly fly. I named him Fred. It's okay. He's my pet now. All right, another reason to squeeze that yarn ball. Okay. Now, I'm really excited about some things. We're heading towards the new year, and we've been working on some new music, and I used some of the new Christmas music last Friday, and I've got, I think, 4 or 5 different new Christmas songs. I've been using the fun Halloween music. Isn't that just fun? y'all know me. I don't like scary stuff, but I like it when it's a little bit minor, you know, and stuff like that, the music. And so my husband did me some new music. I do have a new theme music that we're going to be doing for our you know, my live video. I always use the same what we call the intro and an outro. And so we're working on a new intro and outro with new music. So last time I did this, I got a bunch of people like, somebody took and changed your stuff. It's going to be me, okay? I'm changing it for 2026, just to let you know. I'm not changing, I don't think, any pictures on the top of my YouTube channel, just the music for our intro and outro, for our live video especially. And then I have a really fun surprise. I'm so excited about this. My husband wrote me a song. It's called the Coffee and Crochet Song. And we're putting together something really fun. And I'm not going to tell you much about it, other than it's hilarious. And so be looking for that. And I'll give you some more little hints as we head towards, excuse me, let me get another drink here. The new year. Now, also, remember we did the mini crochet along, the 1-day mini crochet along mystery, and we had a lot of fun, that cute little pumpkin, and it was received really well, and I was so happy. I've already got the pattern ready for the November mini crochet along, and it was cracking me up. My husband and I were throwing them at each other the other night. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And it's super fun, but of course it's a mystery. And it'll be like we did with the pumpkin. It'll be a free Ravelry download on Ravelry, PDF file. And I also have it on my blog, and we're going to do a mystery crochet along. You won't know what it is till the end unless you figure it out. But if you can't wait, you know, as always, you can go ahead and fast forward to the end of the video. But it's just super fun. And like I said, I just like doing a few fun things like that because we're heading into the holidays now, and you know, Halloween's this Friday, I think, isn't it? Yeah. And then towards Thanksgiving and all the fun Christmas and holidays and stuff. And so it's super fun, you know, to do some fun things like that because we're hustling and bustling and money's tight and we're trying to get Christmas gifts and you know, have fun at Thanksgiving and things like that. And so, and these are little things that you can make, and it's usually, I mean, I'm trying to do them so that they're yarn we probably already have in our stash, which would be medium weight number 4 yarns. Okay. Yes. Halloween is Friday. I love history, but I'm terrible with dates. My grandfather, his name was Don Taft. If you're from Iowa, he was a football coach in Mount Pleasant, Iowa for a lot of years. And he is credited for bringing football to Iowa. Anyway, he was also a history teacher. And I love history. I love learning about history, but I'm terrible at dates. Just like I have thoroughly enjoyed learning about the different world wars. But don't ask me the dates things happened, okay? It's just really fascinating, you know, a lot of that stuff. Anyway, let's get into it some more. I talked about that. And the fly, Fred. I haven't seen him lately. He must be taking a nap. All right, I do have a shout out for you, and then I have some jokes. I got some jokes in the mail this week. Okay, I should say in the email. All right, now our shout out of the week, her name is Carolyn, and her crochet channel is called For the Love of Crochet by Carolyn. And this is what she says. Hello. So happy you stopped by. My name is Carolyn, and I am here to share my passion for all things crochet. My hope is that together we can encourage and be inspired to create with hook and yarn. And she goes on and talks about a lot of other things. And then she says, hugs and blessings, Caroline, for the love of crochet. I found her completely delightful, and I really loved her attitude and the way she's doing things. So, and I do have her link underneath her, like I always do when I do a shout out. It's Caroline. I don't know if it's Carolyn or Caroline. I didn't listen close enough when she said her name. Anyway, watch one of her videos and you'll find out. But it's Carolyn. I think it's Carolyn, for the love of crochet. I think you'll really enjoy her. Okay, so that's our shout out of the week. I don't really have a yarn of the week. We're going to talk a little bit about this blanket that's behind me and some things you can do different if you want to. Okay, Now I'm going to tell you a couple of jokes because you know I'm really great at telling jokes. I am not really great at telling jokes. Okay, ready? Are you ready? The bear pattern, you can find that in my YouTube playlist on YouTube. The playlist is called Joy Bears. And all the patterns for the bears and the bear clothes are all in there. Okay? All right. If you're ever looking for anything like that, maybe you thought you missed it or something, go to my YouTube channel and look in my playlists. I have, I think, 30 different playlists. And you'll find it. And it's a lot easier to find it that way than trying to look through all of them. Go to the playlist. They're in different categories. Okay, back to the jokes. I just happened to see that question. Why don't skeletons like candy? Can you believe it? Skeletons don't like candy. Well, they don't really have a stomach for it. Ching! See if I can make a ching sound. Again, I forgot the drum. All right. Here's another one. What kind of car does Frankenstein drive on Halloween night? You think it's green? What do you think? What kind of car would Frankenstein drive? My word, people, it's a monster truck. I'm really trying to emphasize that. Thank you for all the smiley faces laughing. They're really not that funny, and I'm terrible at telling jokes. I do have 3 today, though. Would you get in a monster truck with Frankenstein? I probably would, especially if he had a bag of yarn in there. All right, here's the last one, I promise, and then we'll talk more about yarn. Okay, why didn't the mummy go trick-or-treating? Who doesn't love trick-or-treating? The mummy didn't go. He had had a really long day crocheting, and he wanted to unwind. That one was sent to me by a little girl that was 8 years old, and she did a really good job. Sometimes I have a really long day of crocheting, and the problem is I have to unwind it because rip, I made a mistake like 10 rows back or something. That's what happens when I'm really into a movie, because I'm just crocheting along watching this movie, and then all of a sudden I look down like, what am I doing? Oh no, I gotta rip it out 5 rows back. I forgot this stitch or something, you know. Okay, that's my silly jokes, all right? Now, I will remind you of a couple of things. We do have this November cup coming, and it is so cute. I showed it to my husband, and he just put a smile on his face. And if you know my husband, he does not laugh out loud. When he really, really thinks something's funny, he goes like this. He doesn't laugh out loud. I don't know why. Every now and then he'll go, huh. He's not a really serious person. He is a really serious person. Except when it comes to music. Okay. All right. The other thing is, someone said, okay, you put out a Christmas thing. Are you going to do some more Thanksgiving and some Christmas? Yes. I do have some more Thanksgiving-y things coming, but mostly what we're going to be doing from now on out are mostly Christmas with some other things that can be Christmas gifts. Okay? Alrighty, so let's talk about what we did this week. Now, before I show you one thing, I want to talk about what we did yesterday first. And that is this blanket that's behind me. This is the Autumn Breeze blanket. And I'm going to take it over here to our other camera because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some substitution you can do on this. Okay, well, because we did a bunch of front post and back post stitches, okay? So if you look at this, this is the actual blanket. I had to show you that up close. Okay, this is the actual blanket, okay? And it has these, I call them sort of leaf shapes. Someone said they look more like a feather, and I was okay with that because I like feathers too. Okay, I'm going to pull this like this so that you can see this better against the white. Okay, and so we did these front and back posts, and it makes it sort of stand up. Well, I had several people say I don't really like those. Not that I don't like them, I'm not very good at them. They just frustrate me. Okay, so I did a swatch here. And this is the same first 10 rows. Try to move that over. And all I did here is I just did regular double crochets with the chain 1 spaces. And this is the same shape. It lays flat. It doesn't puff up and show 3D like the front post stitches do. And I'm going to put this so you can see them both together. Let me move this thing. It's stuck back there. Okay, it's not going to let me. Ah, I got it. The handle's broke on it. Okay, I just want to move that out of the way so that you can see them both. Yes, I'm still clumsy. I always have been. All right, so here is the actual blanket with the front post and back post stitches. Here's all the chain 1 spaces, and you can see it makes it look 3D, okay? And then this is how, if you were to just do them, just do double crochets where we did all our front and back post stitches, you still get a really beautiful blanket. Because I had several people message me about it, and I'm going to take a picture of this and put it on the blog post so that you can see the difference. And if you prefer this, that's totally fine. It's stitched exactly the same as far as stitches and rows, multiples and all that stuff. It's stitched the same. The only difference is on this one, we did the front and back post stitches to give it a 3D look. Where on this one, on this swatch, I did not. And I really wanted to talk about that because I got a lot of questions about it. And a lot of people, you know, they're like, I don't really know how to do it. It frustrates me. I can do front post, but I can't do back post and things like that. And the thing is, I want everyone to enjoy this pattern because I think that with either way is really pretty. I love the back post and front post double crochet stitches because I love how it makes like a 3D look. It's just really pretty. But if you just don't prefer that, then you can do it. It would be beautiful in a solid color, Connie. I think it would be beautiful in like an off-white, but I also think it would be beautiful and like I've got a gold. If you look over here, I've got some gold ombres that I got from Premier. I think it would be gorgeous in that gold ombre. I've got 2 of those skeins and I've been saving them for something extra special, and I can't decide what I want to do with them just yet. But this blanket, I can't remember what it measures. Like, I think it's maybe 26 wide, but with the multiples, you can make it as wide as you want, and as well as long. You can make it as long as you want. It's really easy to do because it's a 10 row repeat. So you just keep repeating those 10 rows until it's the length that you want. And I think because it moves along really fast, it'd be a really great gift. I really do, and I just love it. And I'm probably going to gift it to myself. But anyway, I just really wanted to show you that, and I will get a picture of that without the front post and back post stitches, and then I will post that onto the blog where the original pattern is written. There isn't any way to add it to the video, but I can add it as in the community as an update, which is something else I wanted to talk to you about. I now have the community. You can go to my community, the Sara Sach Crochet Designs community, on YouTube and post pictures now. I got it all set up. They floated it out. They didn't just give it to everybody. They sort of floated it out. And so now I have it. Okay, and I've been posting to it different things, and you can post on there as well. And I'm telling you because I want to see your pictures. I love seeing the things that you crochet, especially when they're from my patterns. And also it'll help with asking questions, because if you ask a question and I'm trying to understand what you're asking, but I can't see what you did or didn't do, it's really hard for me to ask a question. Although you can always email me with a question and send a picture with it. That's actually the best way. If you have a question about a pattern, the best way to get that answered quickly, actually, is to send me an email. And my email address is underneath this video. If you roll down in that description box, it'll say contact info. And then underneath that is all the different ways that you can contact me. And I love to see. It's called the community. Sara Sach Crochet Designs community. All the YouTube channels are now getting this. If you go to my main Facebook page, there's a tab that says My Community. And you just click that tab. I forgot I wanted to tell you about that. All right, the other thing that we did was our first Christmas pattern. And this is the Christmas ornament pillow. It is big and huge, and I love it. And it's so funny because on the video, I talked to you about how to make a pillow form, and then somebody posts, here's a note, they can make a pillow form, and they literally explained exactly what I said in the video. It's okay though. I like when I'm doing, especially on a round pillow, and we did double crochets, and these are front post double crochets. And when I do a double crochet pillow, I like to use a pillow form because I feel like it holds the stuffing better and it holds its shape better. Okay. This is big. I think it measures 13 inches. And we have the hanger on there. I show you how to do the ribbons and the hanger. And of course, all the colors and the ribbons are all up to you. This is made with the gumdrop yarn from Premier. And the color is called Holly Jolly. And you can see that I did it different on the back than I did on the front. But I wanted the big red spot in the front. I really liked that. And I talked a little bit in the video about how to color control. And then I tried not to, and I ended up having to. Because the pattern is only like, I don't know, like 12 rows. I can't even remember. It's not very many rows. Because you're using a super bulky yarn. And you can make this pillow with blanket yarns. Or any of the thick velvet yarns, Chanel yarns. Because this is basically, I think, a Chanel yarn. And I really like this one, this particular one, this gumdrop, because it's really fuzzy and stuff. And you are going to get a little bit of fuzz. That's why I keep my lint brush around. I'll pick it up and I'll lint brush my workstation. You know. But anyway, it's a sturdy yarn as well as a fuzzy. It's kind of more like a velour to me. But I just added a whole bunch of ribbons. You can always just get a great big ribbon. You can add, you know, a poinsettia or a flower or something there. You can even get like something to put in the center of it to make it look even more like an ornament. But my goal here was just to make it a nice big pillow. And if you want to hang it up, you can. I had it hanging on my door for a while, but I had to put my flowers back. I'm going to save this to put out for... I don't want to put it on my front door because I'm afraid it'll get dirty. I was going to show it to you over here too, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Excuse me, I sneezed. But anyway, I wanted you to see this. And I used 3 different kinds of ribbon here, and then I used a 4th kind here for the tie. And you can use thick ribbons, you can use thin ribbons, as many ribbons as you want. And then for the hanger, we just go through here and pull it through, and you've got a hanger. I didn't want to add like anything like a metal hanger or anything like that. I just felt like it was, I don't know, not soft enough for a soft pillow. Because if you do decide you want to put it on your couch or maybe set it near your Christmas tree, I have some Build-A-Bears that are Grinch and the Grinch's dog Max. I have those, and I have another pillow that I do put it with that. And I also have my big gnome pillow, and so I'll put those together, and I'll just add this to where I put those. So I'm going to do things a little bit different this year because I got a new Christmas tree. My other one bit the dust. I think I told you my Christmas tree story last week. All right, now last week for our this and that video, we talked about V-stitches. I had a lot of questions because, okay, first of all, we talked about shell stitches a couple of weeks ago. And then we talked about fan stitches. I'm trying to get the confusion as to what's what. Then I got questions about V-stitches. And I was like, a lot of these stitches can really be confusing because they can be used within each other and can be called by different names. It's just like one shell stitch we call an open shell stitch. Other people call it a double V-stitch. And so we talked about V-stitches and different ways to stitch V-stitches. And we talked about that last Wednesday. Tomorrow's video, we're going to be talking about motifs. And it's a really interesting video because I learned a lot in studying motifs. Crochet motifs, I should say. So if you're interested in what a motif is and information on that, that's tomorrow's This or That video. Okay, and then on Friday we have a Christmas pattern we're going to do for Friday Fun Day. And then, of course, we're going into November. And what do we do in November? Our coffee mug. I'm so excited about the November coffee mug because it's just so stinking cute. It really is. Like I said, my husband even smiled like. I have an eyeball pillow, Heidi, but I guess you could make one with this fuzzy stuff with like an eyeball. I think I did my eyeball pillow using 2 strands of yarn. So I do have an eyeball pillow. If you want to make it using the fuzzy yarn, you certainly could. It's similar. It's not done with front posts, and of course the colors are different, of course. But anyway, let's see. I'm gonna see if I covered everything. I've got everything on my notes. Anybody got any questions I didn't answer? Okay, so let's do like, I can't remember who said it. Work on some blankets and some side whips, okay? I think that's so funny. It just cracks me up. Well, anyway, this and I just want you to remember to think about Jamaica. It's really on my mind because I have people there that I don't really know them personally, but they're missionaries from our church, and then there are some other people that are over there helping, and this one couple I read about on. I didn't read about it. I saw it on TV. They went over there for their vacation. They were trying to get back, and they missed the last plane. So they're just stuck. And I'm sure there's a lot of people like that there. And this is very scary, and it is deadly. And so we need to really think about them and pray for them and just hope that everybody's okay. It just is scary to me. People don't realize the power of water and wind. I think they just don't. But anyway, so we're heading towards November. We got some turkey stuff and some Christmas stuff coming. And I just really hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And I know things are tight this year for a lot of people. So just remember this. Christmas isn't about the presents, it's about the people. And you know what? We've got yarn in our stash. Let's make some fun gifts. All right? Alrighty, so thanks for being with me today, and I hope you all have a wonderful, and I hope it stops raining if it's raining, although unless you need the rain, anyway, never mind. If you need the rain, you need the rain. Alrighty, so we'll see you next week.